Hey, this is Michael Anthony, and you're watching the Videobob Show. Watch it.
We have kitties on the property. Hi, this is Big Orange. Big Orange is my new friend. Look at you. You don't like the phone. You don't like the camera. Hi. Look at you. Oh, what a sweetie pie. You're so pretty. Look at you. You're too furry for this Vegas heat. You're so friendly. Look at how friendly you are. Go tell your friends. There's so many kitties here. Hi, there's an orange and white tabby. Yeah, well, I've been feeding you and giving you fresh water, and now you're my friend. Yeah. Uh-oh. Who's that? Somebody's crying. So the little black cat had 3 kittens. Hi. Oh, it's okay, my friend. I'm now the old cat lady in Vegas. See, these cats, they live not only here, but they live in these apartments. You know, there's a giant apartment complex that goes all the way around here, and then there's a separate apartment complex over there. And then that one's actually part of one that wraps around and goes. So there's thousands of people living here, and I assume that these cats aren't feral, but simply, maybe people got to get abandoned, or maybe they just leave them outside. So this guy is fairly healthy, but I've been feeding him, or her, and we've got a bunch of cats that are hanging out. This one over here is drinking out of the pool. They've been doing that. They like to hang out by the pool and in the grass. It's nice and cool over here. So this one, see what this guy's doing over there. She's drinking out of the pool, which I'm sure is not healthy. I can't stop them from doing it. I've been putting fresh water out. I put this bowl here because when the sprinkler comes on, it refills it every day. But they like to drink out of the pool and to hang by the pool. They like to sit in this grass and under my little gazebo here. The mommy kitty, I think that's the mommy kitty. She had her kittens over there in the palm trees, but I'll often find Big Orange over there. He likes to come, and or she will sit on this chair. I put food here, just in the shade, trying to catch a break. The kittens were here, but the sprinklers come on every night, and I think it scared her off. Poor thing. But this was a nice little cool area that's nice and moist. As the sprinklers come on, we have a well, and it keeps it nice and wet. You know, it evaporates, but then you just have a cool grass. So I've just been putting these little bowls of cat food out. I'm like, why should I spent so long trying to run them off, but I realized you can't run off cats because they won't go away. I mean, unless you have a dog here. They can leap over this fence without a problem, and there's a hole in that one over there, and they go to the other property. So they like to just hang out. Pretty sure that's mommy kitty. And I've been trying to feed her because she's milking these kittens. And she's had them hiding out in my little storage shed and whatnot. She's pretty thin. So I've been doing everything I can to fatten her up and try to get her healthy and hydrated because she's trying to make milk. Oh, here comes Big Orange. Hello. You're now our cat. We're going to have to come up with a name for you other than Big Orange. You're Big Orange because there's the other little orange cat. What a pretty kitty. You're so pretty. Look at you. Yes. And you're my friend now. You're my friend. Yes. Yep. You're still a little cautious. It's okay. But we're friends. I'm now the old cat lady. Me and Rachel. I broke down and just went and bought a big 25-pound bag of cat food. You're getting fur. You need to be brushed, little pumpkin. We have a cat in the house, our Puka Bengal, or our Bengal Puka. Yeah. So he's a Bengal. He's ornery. We've had him like 10 years. And he's been, we had a problem with him spraying in the house, peeing in the house, peeing on the beds and things like that. So I bought this stuff called Feel Away, I think it's called. It's like a little plug-in with a pheromone in it, and that has calmed him down. And I think he was upset because he was sensing all these other kitties that were peeing, because they've been spraying. I've been seeing little squirt marks in different places where they've been marking their territory, because you have other male cats and other female cats, and they want to assert their territory. And I think he was hearing and smelling that and causing him to spray in the house. So if you have a cat that's spraying in the house, try this feel away pheromone stuff. And it could be that there's other cats roaming around, making them upset. Look at this guy, just at my feet, loyal as can be. Little food. And you're my buddy. You're my buddy. Look at this guy. So cute. This is just one of the nicest nights ever. Beautiful. It's like, I don't know, 70 degrees. It's gonna be like 112 this week. Look at you, just frolicking. Yep. I have a cat kingdom now. It's nice having grass. You know, we have a well. So we're really just recycling water back into the earth. Uh-oh, here you go. You're gonna destroy my shirt. You're gonna really mess up my, where are you going? You picking out a room? Yeah, like, I live here now. Cat's moving in. I think you're running a con. There's a grift going on here. You're just going right up to the door. He lives here now. What are you doing up there? Should I start putting the food up there? Cat's ready to go in the door. Now this one's come over. I don't know if this is a mate or another, if they're both males or both females. I don't know. Somebody told me that orange tabbies are usually one gender or the other. But this one just ran over towards that one, and I don't know if they're not getting along. I would guess that Big Orange is claiming territory. This one over here was watching, kind of thinking to itself like, hey, you know, you're over there getting petted and I want some attention, acting jealous, you know, maybe asking for permission. Because I think Orange now thinks that, you know, Big Orange says, hey, this is my yard, this is my human, and this is my spot now. Because he or she ran over there and laid down and let the other one know that, hey, this is my place. And the other one left. All right, is this your spot now? You own this place? So I don't want him running off the mama cat, because I really want her taken care of. So I've been taking her food. I've been putting multiple food bowls out. You know, one of the things I know is you can't just have one bowl of food. You got to put a bunch of them out, because they'll fight over them. When I was in Texas years ago, I used to have 2 horses. When you have 2 horses, you have to put out 3 bowls, or 3 buckets rather, because the dominant horse, the male horse, would always go over there. He would eat a little bit of his food. He would see the female horse eating out of her little bucket, would go over there, push her out, and start eating her food. So she would go over to the other bucket. Well, as long as there's 3 buckets, they just keep going back and forth, and he would push her out of the bucket. And that's how a lot of these cats are. So the other orange and white one is back. There's a black and white one, the black mama cat. There's a gray cat. So there's several. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 6, I think, kitties floating around. And I'm fine with it. I mean, I love cats. I love dogs. I love birds. I love fish. I love everything. But they're just a lot of responsibility. I don't have a dog here because, you know, Rachel works and I'm here most of the time, but I admit it, I'm lazy. It's like a dog rules your life. You got to let them out, you know, unless you just leave them outside, which I would never do in this temperature. So, you know, they require a lot more effort than a little cat does. A cat can take care of itself. My cat doesn't need anything. My kitty uses his little automated, you know, cat box, has automated water and food. You know, I only got to check the levels once in a while, but he takes care of himself. He doesn't need anybody. But I will say, Look, oh, he's got something, a bug over there. I haven't seen the entire time I've lived here, last 3 or 4 years, I haven't seen a mouse, a rat, a snake, a lizard, a scorpion. They talk about all the scorpions and stuff here. Never seen one. Never seen a single scorpion here. I don't know if cats eat them, but I bet they do. I made a really stupid mistake this morning. So next day, I went out to get the mail off the porch, and I stepped out onto the concrete barefoot. Now, as you know, probably if you follow me, I'm diabetic. I have neuropathy. I can't feel my feet very well. Here in Vegas in the summer, the concrete can get scalding temperatures. You can cook an egg on it. Now, this was before noon. I didn't think it was that hot. And because I can't feel my feet, I couldn't feel that I was severely burning my feet. I stepped out onto the concrete, and an entire layer of skin burned right off the bottom of my feet. I'm here in my dressing room here, my closet, trying to put some creams and things on there and wrap them up. It doesn't look that bad, but an entire layer of skin burned right off the bottom of my pad of my foot. Look at that. It's all red. I mean, a whole chunk of skin come off. I'm putting salve and cream on it. This is a warning to anybody who lives in the Southwest like this. You cannot go outside in this heat without a shoe. This was a stupid, stupid mistake. And thank goodness it didn't get worse. So this is just a warning out there for anyone who lives in Vegas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, these places where it gets hot. Anywhere, really, the pavement gets hot. There's no way you could take an animal out in this. As far as if you were going to walk your dog or those little kitties that were out there. They disappear in the daytime because they can't walk on that pavement. They have to be on the grass or the dirt. And, imagine what's happening to their tiny little unprotected paws. I see people here, what's common, they'll walk their dogs, and you have to buy dog shoes. And it's silly at first when you see it, but you realize a poor dog could not be walking on this, even though they have much more protected pads. We're talking about 150, 180 degrees is the temperature of this pavement. You could cook on it. And I'm telling you that, because I'm diabetic and I have neuropathy, I haven't been able to feel my feet in probably 10 years or more. I can feel certain things, but I couldn't feel this. I could feel a little bit. I could tell something was wrong. And when I checked my feet, I was horrified. I don't want to show you, but basically an entire section of skin come right off. The entire callus bubbled off. Fortunately, I'm not in any pain because I can't feel it. And that's really the point. But this was a stupid, stupid mistake. I'll never make that mistake again. I just wasn't thinking. And because I wasn't feeling it, oh, it's fine. It's not that hot. It's that hot. This is terrible. It'll be okay, because there's no blood. It didn't go past the other layers of skin. It just burned the callus off. But good Lord, it's terrible. Okay, in other news, I got my shoes on, my feet wrapped up. I think they're going to be okay. So for those of you that watch the Bob Eats Vegas channel, one of my other channels where I preview food, I used to do cooking videos on this channel, and then I created another channel just for that stuff. And people have been begging me to do more cooking videos, and I am going to do some cooking videos. And so I thought I would promote that other channel. So go check out Bob Eats Vegas here on YouTube. Subscribe to that. You could see some of the places I go to in Vegas, but I'm going to do some of my cooking videos. And I want to do a series on how to make high quality frozen food be amazing. Because you can buy frozen TV dinner type items, but prepare them properly and make actually really good food. And this is not an endorsement, but I want to show you this stuff. This is Wagyu beef tallow. This is lard from Wagyu beef. It's $30 a can. Takes almost $100 to fill up my frying pot worth of this oil, but you know, the secret to the old McDonald's French fries was that they used to fry them in real beef tallow and lard. Lard is the best thing you can use. It is the healthiest, best thing. The ingredients of this is just 100% rendered animal fat. A lot of the other lard you buy in the store or whatever has all kinds of different additives and all kinds of things added to it. This is just 100%. This is the best you can get. Wagyu raw beef tallow. And this is what I'm going to use to fry some of my stuff in. It's going to add a flavor and a texture unlike any other. So for instance, if you buy particular frozen items that you would normally put in the toaster oven, the air fryer, they're meant to be fried. And that's why when you go to certain restaurants, why their food is so good. And for instance, the other day I made just these chicken sliders, made basically chicken nuggets, and then used this Hawaiian bread. And I'm telling you, they were just unbelievable. Better than you would get anywhere. You know, there's basically no restaurant you're going to go to that's going to fry anything in Wagyu lard. You know, it's $100 worth of lard to fill this pot. So this isn't necessarily saving money, but this lard will last me a very long time. I will clean it, filter it, and I'll reuse it for a very long time. But I'll get my money's worth out of it. But there are things you can do to cook at home because going out to eat is so expensive now that you basically can't sit down and eat anything for less than $25 to $50. I did the video on Bob Eats Vegas the other day that I went to Fat Burger down the street and all I had was a burger, fries, a drink, and a shake, and it was $26. Okay, so we're getting to the point that fast food costs as much or more than it used to cost to sit down and eat. And then when you see me going into these places where I'm having gourmet burgers like Gordon Ramsay and Peter Luger, then you're spending $30, $40, $50, okay? So it's out of control, the cost of food and the cost of buying food. So I got to tell you I haven't been doing a lot of Bob Eats Vegas videos lately because I'll show you what I've been eating most of the time. Here's a look at Bob's fridge. I get these hot dogs from Sam's. These are the same ones they sell at their food court for $1.50. Look at these big giant hot dogs, right? And I have various different cheeses. I got this cheese from Costco recently. It's called Raclette. I don't know how you say it, but it's from Switzerland. It's a good white cheese. I take some of that, just regular mayonnaise usually. And what I do is I make a bun out of the Hawaiian rolls. So you take 3 of these, split them, butter them, put them in the toaster oven, put that glizzy on there with some cheese. Oh, that's a good eating right there. And that still ended up costing me, if you do the math, you're probably $1 or $2, right? But I can eat one of those hot dogs and it's super, super filling. And if you can get away with a meal that's under $2, that's good, by the way. Like, I love a hot dog. And a properly done hot dog on this Hawaiian bread, right, with that good cheese on it and just some mustard. Fantastic, right? I buy this Nature's Own Hawaiian bread here. This stuff's about $3, right? And I don't eat a lot of bread, but if you're going to have a sandwich, why not have some really good stuff? So I'll have a bologna sandwich, or sometimes I'll show you another trick I like to do a lot. I get these things. These are about $1 a piece or something like that, I think. The Tuna Creations, deli-style tuna salad, a little mayonnaise, a piece of cheese, toasted. Squirt that on there, and so for, let's say, $2, you got a nice sandwich that's really good. And so I'm trying to save money, and it's making it hard to do my videos where I go out and eat. But every time I go out and do that, like, I don't make money off of that channel. Like, I make a little bit of money, but I don't make enough money to even pay for the meal, right? So if I'm spending $25 to $50, for dinner, it's crazy. You just heard my cuckoo clock. Have I ever showed you my cuckoo clock? I like clocks. Let's have a look. This is a real German cuckoo clock. To wind it up like that every day, actually twice a day. And it cuckoos. And then I have, it's a little dark in here, my Kit Kat clock, the black and red version. This is another cuckoo clock, but this one's a fake one. It runs on batteries. This one's a Seiko. And this one actually plays the Westminster gong, but we have it turned off because it just makes too much noise, because it's like Back to the Future in here when all the clocks go off at the same time. But the cuckoo clock is kind of cool. It's a actual whistle, genuine mechanical German clock that we got as a gift. It's a lot of fun. So people like to take a look at my life, what's going on. I like cereal in the morning. I haven't been eating a lot of it, but I had a deal at, I think it was Costco or Sam's, the 3-pack of the Captain Crunches. I like this Raisin Bran Crunch. Got some Frankenberry left over from Halloween. It's probably, I should throw that out. These are the devil. This lasts me a year though. People are like, oh, you shouldn't be eating that candy. Every once in a while you have a little treat, right? A box of candy like that will last me a year, and I'll probably end up throwing it out. So I don't eat a lot of candy. But sometimes, you know, you just get a hankering and you're like, man, I would kill for a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup right now. And it's all about self-control, discipline. That's the key. Not having too much. Anyway, people love my videos about this stuff, so I just thought I would share some of it with you. People like an insight into my life. And I think my feet will be okay. It didn't really get into the meat. But man, oh man, you have to be super careful out here. And I have more blacktop than most. She's stepping out here. It's not too hot today. I think it's supposed to be 112. I know that sounds insane, right? But yeah, this blacktop gets super duper hot. And we're about to take the Maserati in for some service. I've been driving the truck. You may notice that the Cadillac XLR is gone. I haven't really talked about it much, but I did sell that car. Had a unique situation with that. Basically, long story short, there was a guy that reached out on the XLR forums that said he was building a custom stereo system for the XLR, like the iPad Tesla style dash, and he wanted to borrow my car to do it. And I said, you know, I'll sell you the car for a really good deal and you can keep it, you know. And that's what I did. I ended up selling him the car for only $12,000. I gave that car away. It's been sitting out here. The clear coat started peeling on it, and I'd put a lot of money into that car. The car was great. There was nothing wrong with the car other than the paint. Interior was great. We had replaced all the wheel bearings and hubs, discs, brake system. Just so much work done to the car. It ran and drove perfect. But ever since I bought the Rolls-Royce Corniche that I've been driving, the 1985 Corniche, that's my go-to convertible. And I've just decided I'm going to start downsizing. I'm thinking about selling the Testarossa replica because I almost never drive it. It's a wonderful car. It's a wonderful, wonderful car. It's a lot of fun. But, you know, I'm very car rich, as you know. I have the Rolls-Royce Phantom. I have the Corniche. I have the other Corniche. I have the other Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. You know, if I'm going to do anything big, I take the big truck, which is a 2019 Ram 3500 dually with self-driving mode and everything. It's top of the line. I have the Maserati Levante, which is so much fun, and that's my daily driver go-to car to just run errands. You know, of course, I have the Lamborghini Countach replica. I have the DeLorean. I have the Knight Rider. You know, and the Knight Rider is an 88 GTA Trans Am, and this is an 89 GTA Trans Am converted to a Ferrari Testarossa. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not a Testarossa. It's just a Trans Am. And so the experience of driving it is that of driving a Trans Am. And I'm like, well, I could just drive the Knight Rider if I want to drive a Trans Am. And so, you understand, you can't keep everything, and it costs a lot of money to insure and tag and keep these cars. But more importantly, the Vegas weather just destroys anything you leave outside. These garden hoses have to be replaced constantly because of the heat. The sun, the UV, will destroy anything that you leave outside. So you have to have a white car if you're going to park it outside, a white or silver car. Anything that's not white or silver here is going to be toasted, roasted, turned into a potato chip. I'll tell you how bad it is here. It's 5% humidity. Now in the house, it's probably 10 or 15%. But in my guitar collection, one of my guitars was this one here. This is a Washburn version of the Iceman. And it's the crack light. Now it looks different than it should, right? Well, the reason is I came in here one day and all the glass had fell off. It got so dry, the glass just jumped off the guitar. and I had to glue it back on. And because it wouldn't actually, I don't know if you could tell here, but this is like not, I could not get the glass to go back in because the guitar shrunk. The physical guitar shrunk probably by 1/8 of an inch and pushed all the glass off. So, I mean, there are sharp shards of glass right here. You could not play this guitar. It would slice your wrist, right? So I used this thick, clear glue to patch it together. And most people don't realize what I did here because it looks cool. But the reason I did this is because the glass, I mean, if you could see, like it is not flush, right? It's not flush. So the dryness here, you know, you have to try to humidify the house a bit because it gets so dry. I don't know where, a lot of the kitties like to hide out here in the daytime. Sometimes they're other places. Of course, we have the red pool. Keeping this thing clean is really difficult. I don't know if you could see from here, but there's this dust, this silt that settles on the bottom. And what it is, the fine dust collects on the water, then it sinks to the bottom, and it's so fine, it's like a talc, it's like a baby powder, and it's too fine for even the filter. And I've tried everything to try to clean it, and I cannot keep it out of the pool. I've been feeding the kitties. Sometimes they hang out here along the edges here and in the grass in the daytime. I'm not sure exactly where they hide out in the day because it gets so hot. What's going on, honey bunny? Just coming out here, making a video. So, I don't know where they're hiding, but the thing is you would not be able to walk around with your little kitty paws on this pavement. They can't do it. It's too hot. They'd burn themselves. Side note, I haven't made a video about this. This is not an endorsement officially. I bought this thing. This is the spotless water system. The water here that I get out of that well is so bad that, you know, you can't wash your car with it. So I decided to buy this thing, and I need to get it out of the sun because it's probably going to melt. I need to, like, put a cover over it or move it. But, like, you can't, I'll give you an example. Let me see. Any of the stuff you leave out here just turns into toast. It just turns to toast. But yeah, the water that we get is so bad, it just leaves spots everywhere. Okay, now I've showed this before. This is my laser temp thing. This is in the shade of my shop, 98 degrees. Now, let's see what this pavement is here, if I can even see the screen. It says 158. So if you were to look at this building, this blue, I can't even see the screen, 128, but look at the white, 115. So let's see what this gray piece of metal here it is. 160. Wow. It's actually more than the concrete, and it's gray metal, but it's absorbing the temperature. And this isn't as black as it could be. So let's find something super dark, and I'll show you the differences here. All right, like we'll use this plastic or this hitch as an example, right? This black plastic, 174 degrees. This hitch, not so bad. Now, let's see the white, 126. It doesn't feel hot when you touch it, right? That's 126. In the shade, didn't seem to make a shit. But like, see the difference of this, when I check this black, look at that, 173 degrees, that black, right? Versus the white. So, giant difference. You cannot have a black car. Black car, bad idea. Because, you know, I mean, I was stepping on this 160 degrees, and that's enough to give you major burns. Major burns. Here's the screwed up part. We're not even into the hot part yet. This is just June. When we get to July and August, way hotter. Now, we're having one of the hottest Junes that we've had in a long time. I think the temperature this week is going to top out at 112. But it's a dry heat. It's one of those things like standing here in the shade right now, I don't feel bad. It's okay. So it's clearly 100 degrees because the pavement's 100 degrees in here. So it's 100 degrees in here. I mean, if I check my temp gauge here in the workshop, It's not even working. Battery died. It says it's 80 degrees in here, and it feels like a fridge in here. So 80 degrees in this heat, in this humidity, feels wonderful. So I like to keep the house about 74. Rachel likes to keep it at 72. Woman likes it cold. She has ice in her veins. So I got to stay out of the sun. I got to remind myself as a bald guy, you can't be in the direct sunlight. That's the key. So if you come to Vegas, what you need to understand is it's not the heat, it's the direct sunlight. Please, always wear sunscreen, wear a hat, wear long sleeve shirts, believe it or not. Instead of just wearing a t-shirt and shorts, right? That's the wrong thing to do. You want to cover your skin because the heat isn't the problem, it's the direct sunlight. So you've heard me complain, bitch about people wearing shorts around public. Wear shoes, socks, okay? Little slippers, your feet could still get exposed to the sun. Wear a hat, a large brim hat if you have one, even if it looks goofy. If you're gonna be outside, wear a nice, lightweight, button-up, long-sleeve shirt. That's the smartest thing to do when you come to Vegas. Just trust me. Look at the people, the way they dress in the desert, how they wrap themselves up. There's a reason that they do that. You gotta cover your skin. Yeah, this is where I burned my feet out here. So stepping outside, thought I'd show you these. I haven't mounted these yet. I picked these up off of Facebook Marketplace. These are solid bronze Panthers. Now, when I got them, they were black. Now, people are going to complain about me. They were brown colored. I used a tarnish spray remover. Sprayed them down, hosed them off, and it left them gold like this because I wanted to see if they would shine up gold. And they would. If I wanted to polish them, they would shine like bright gold, and then I could seal them that way. They're already starting to patina after only a few weeks. They've been sitting out here. The temperature of this thing is, can't touch it. Okay. Now, my plans for these two Panthers were to mount them up on top of the pillars up there. So out by the street, those pillars are 24 inches square, which is the size of these. These are less than 20 inches, believe it or not. So the idea was I was going to mount these up on the pillars, but we got to mount them in a way that can't be stolen. Sorry about it. You got windy all of a sudden. I don't want to drill through them. I'm going to come up with a way to have some kind of locking mechanism to lock their little paws in so some crackheads can't steal my bronze Panthers. Because these things, they're probably a couple of grand a piece, I got them for real cheap. Well, not that cheap. I paid, I think I paid $1,000 a piece for them. So, but they're solid bronze. I mean, we're not solid, but they're heavy. They're not lightweight, but somebody would still try to steal them just for the metal. So we're going to mount them up there in a way that can't be stolen. And we're getting the property kind of cleaned up and whatnot. All right, that's just a little update. People love it when I do these little updates on things, the things that go on in my life every day. So anyway, thanks for watching. If this is your first time watching, you might want to subscribe and, turn on your notifications. Hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Catch you guys later.
Bob, you're an idiot.
I'm Ron Jeremy, and you're watching the Videobob Show. Good choice.